Guys, hi, welcome to yet another story time. Guys, if y'all follow me on TikTok, like if you follow me on TikTok, then you know that I had dropped not a story time, but like I had dropped a video yesterday, and I was all happy and excited and lovey-dovey and whatnot because I was like, I'm finally in love, I finally found a man, things are looking well. Okay, I didn't say all that, but it was in my caption, and I had posted like a baddie picture. Oh, cool. So guys, things have quickly gone, and they say, you know, when you find something good, don't post about it, don't be talking about it or whatnot, because things might just go south. Like, don't count your chickens before they hatch type of vibes. So it just so happened that I counted my chickens before they hatched. Story time. Okay, so basically I had met this guy, right? I had gone out with my friends, a couple colleagues from work and some of my other friends. So we had gone out, and when I went out, we met this dude. We met him at there's this restaurant, there's this Italian restaurant in Century called, is it Gustavo or is it Gusto, something like that, but it's in Century though. If you know the restaurant, that's where I met this guy, right? So we had been out, this guy approached me, he seemed well off and whatnot, he is basically, so I was like, you know what, let me give this dude a chance, because y'all know how I've got story times for days about these broke niggas. So yeah, anyways, so I'm like, okay, cool, let me give this guy a chance and whatnot. Then when I exchanged numbers with that guy, he was like, okay, cool, listen, let's just vibe, let's have a good time and whatnot, see where things go. Cool. I was talking to him for a while, and then eventually I showed my friends his picture, some of my other friends that weren't there that night, especially my bestie, showed her the picture, and I'm like, okay, this is okay and whatnot, and I really like him. She's like, Jimmy, I think I know this guy, he's DM'd me before on Instagram. Okay, and I'm like, was it ever anything serious, like something come out of it? She's like, yeah, no, nothing came out of it, but like he really wanted me at some point and whatnot, and just because I didn't want him, things ended. Like then things did, like we were just vibing, but it wasn't really like a thing. And I was like, okay. I asked Guy about it. Guy is like, no, she had popped up on his For You page and whatnot, right? And obviously, as any other guy curious, he went on her For You page and whatnot. She dances also and stuff, and the guy is also a dancer, right? So he liked one of her videos, and then she DM'd him because like she saw a proper joint, whatnot, and then he turned her down, so he rejected her, right? And then she just went off at him for some reason, I don't know why. And he showed me the DMs, like he's one of those people that don't delete, and he showed me the DMs, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm not gonna confront my friend about this because it might kind of be embarrassing type of vibes, but I'm like, why would she lie to me and say that he hit her up and stuff like that? Anyways, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get involved in that mess, it's cool, it's whatever. Then the drama comes when this guy is like, no, listen, a friend of mine is hosting a party, right? Why don't you and your friends pull through, or you can come through by yourself, but preferably come with your friends in case, like, because obviously he has to host and whatnot with his friend and it's like their spot type of thing. So I was like, okay, no problem. I invited Bestie, the Bestie that says she knows him, whatnot. Because we're over that now, no one's talking about it, and you know, cool. We're at the party, she pulls through. She pulls, first of all, guys, I was like, okay, she asked me what am I gonna wear. I said I'm gonna dress chilled. I'm not gonna go all out, I'm just gonna be like chilled vibes and whatnot, I'm not gonna do too much. And she was like, okay, if I'm not doing too much, she's also not gonna be doing too much, because typically her and I would always, like, we would match. This girl shows up in a silk dress, backless type of vibe, like open bag, like her little, like her best number, like obviously your girlfriend will know like what your best number is. She pulled out the stops, I'm talking heels, I'm talking mix, like she did a whole face beats, and it was an indoor chill type of thing, and we were also gonna go outdoor, like it's late at night, why would you know, still do a whole face beat? She did a face beats, what's the installation, what's the outfit, shoes, everything, the whole shebang, right? Fine. She pulls through, and I'm like, I thought we had agreed that we were gonna, you know, she was like, yeah, no, I changed my mind last minute. And I'm like, red flag, but okay, cool. Friendship, red flag, but okay, cool. Anyways, then okay, at that point we're just all having fun, we're drinking, we're having a good time. my man's come over. He reintroduces himself to her and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, cool. So they're just gonna pretend like they don't really know each other. Cool, it is what it is. We move on with our night. Then, girl gets drunk. Or, I don't know, she seems to be drunk, right? I'm not sure. Listen to me, she seems to be drunk. Then she's on time, she wants to go home, and she's like nagging me that she wants to go home and can I please take her home and whatnot. And I'm like, Shumi, I can't take you home. I'm just as upstairs. Yo, why don't you just stay here? Because we have accommodation as well and whatnot. I'm here, my man's is here, you safe, some of our other friends are here as well. Like, you're fine. Do you know what I mean? Because also I don't want to Uber you off by yourself and whatnot. And also I'm not ready to leave yet because I want to, you know what I mean, be with my man's. I was like, okay, listen, wait for us for like another hour or so, because remember, my man's is hosting with his friend. This is like their sort of gig type of thing that they're doing at this place. So I'm like, okay, give us an hour or so, like max, for them to just finish off, and then we can just all go together. Stay with me, like I'm here, I'm with you, like be fine. She like sort of causes a tantrum, and she's on some, yeah, no, ever since you started dating this guy, you've been acting off and whatnot. I just don't want to be here anymore. Just take me home. In fact, tell him to take me home right now. And I'm like, dude, like he's busy, like, and no one wanted to take her home after she threw that tantrum. No one wanted to take her home, like no one was volunteering. And I was like, okay, it's not safe for you to leave in an Uber. My man comes over and he's like, you can see that like I'm sort of like struggling with the situation. He asks one of his friends, he's like, no, listen, obviously one of his friends that he trusts is like, listen, please take her home and whatnot, drop her off, because this guy stays in the same area that my friend lives. In fact, we know him, but like we never knew him that well, but like we didn't, obviously, because we didn't know that he was friends with my man. Cool, it's not a problem. And she's fine with it. And then what happens is, boyfie is now like sort of holding Umugyal up, ne? I'm not a big fan of what's happening right now, but he's sort of holding her up because she's like falling into his arms all of a sudden. And what the minute that he gets there, all of a sudden she doesn't have composure, and like she's falling into him like with her back and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know your friend, you know what I mean? We have gotten lit together before, and you've never acted this out of, you know what I mean, like out of control. Anyways, I'm like, okay, never mind the fact that she's busy falling on my man. Let's just worry about his safety. So he's helping her up, and they are walking towards the car outside, and the friend also is walking with, right? I'm sitting in my chair. I'm like, okay, cool, no, you guys go along. After a while, I'm like, you know what, okay, let me just go check to make sure that she's fine. Yeah, like she's my best friend at the end of the day. Let me just go check to make sure that she's fine, she's in safe and whatnot. So yeah, and at that point I was also like, okay, you know what, maybe I might just go with her. Like I feel like it's the safest bet to go with her, so that she doesn't go with a stranger as well, you know what I mean? Because I wouldn't want her to do that to me. Cool. So I'm like, I make my decision very quickly. I get up and I go outside. When I go outside, they have just put her inside the bag and whatnot, so she's settled in. And yeah, guy's about to go into the driver's seat. The friend, ne? Let's call a friend driver. Driver's about to go into the front seat, and he's about to obviously put child lock on, drive, take Umugyal home, right? Cool. Then I'm like boo, 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 on the window, and baby's like, what's up? Baby's like outside, right? He has also just helped putting my friend in. And he's like, what's up? And I'm like, you know what, maybe I should go with her, like just to be safe and whatnot. Umugyal goes on, and she's like, no, I don't want to go with you. Stay here with your man. So like, stay here with your mans. I don't want to go with you. It is what it is. I'm safe. I'm fine. Don't go with me. Also, here's my live location. Like, it's chilled. And I'm like, okay, cool. She sent me her location. I went back inside. Like, I didn't make a big deal out of it because she was just acting off. Do you know what I mean? And it was weird because she was being off when I'm around. But the minute that my man comes around, she like acts all, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying, but yeah, she would be a different character. Anyways, guys, so the following morning, literally the following morning, my boyfriend calls me and I'm like, what's up? And he's calling me from a jail cell, guys. Well, he's calling me from like a cell. I get this number and it's like, okay, do you accept a call from so-and-so at so-and-so station? And I'm like, I don't know anybody that's in prison or that's, you know what I mean? I answer the call and the baby's like, listen, I'm at the police station. This is what happened. Your friend literally called the cops the minute she got home. She called the cops and then she said, yesterday she was drunk and I touched her where I shouldn't have touched her, and I was being sort of violent with her in the process, and I was putting my finger in her Gucci and whatnot when I was walking her to the car, and she had to like shove me off and whatnot. And my friend refers to me, had I not gotten there in time, then apparently my boyfriend would have molested her or like done something to her. And I'm like, at what point did this all happen? Because it literally took me all of a minute and a half to decide to go after them, and my boyfriend had just put her inside the car, and his friend was also there. And keep in mind that there are cameras at this man's house, at this place that they're at, there are cameras outside. And I'm like, okay, you know what, at this point it's always safer to believe the female first. Like, I'm a strong, firm believer of that. As much as I'm shocked at this right now, my first instinct is to call my friend. So I'm like, okay, cool, listen, I will call you back and we will figure this out. I'll call my friend, I hit her up, she's in a state and whatnot, and she tells me the exact same thing that my boyfriend has just told me, that he was trying to touch her and feel on her and stuff like that, and it almost gotten worse had I not got into the car. And I'm like, okay, well, why didn't you tell me that when I got there, so that we would have sorted the situation out immediately? Like, I'll always have your back, you're my best friend. She's like, yeah, no, she felt like I wouldn't have had her back. And I'm like, okay, tell me the whole story from the beginning. She tells me the story again. When she tells me the story for the second time, she tells me that she was first feeling up on him and then he got the wrong impression. So like, now the story is being twisted. Like, I swear the story changed like 4 times as she was busy telling me the story. And I was like, hey, you know what, there are cameras at that place, I'm gonna go there with my other friend, we're gonna investigate and find out what was going on. Cool. I tell my friend the story, and my friend is like, Chumi, listen, when they were busy walking out, Kesana, the second version that she told you of that story is true. She was feeling up on him, and I had given her a look of my like, Aibo, is this not our friend's man that you're trying to feel up on and whatnot? And girl, my friend is telling me, my third friend, she's saying my guy tried to sort of like push her off, but obviously she's drunk, so he didn't want to be too rough with it and whatnot, but he tried to push her off in a respectful manner, but still holding her, because obviously she seemed drunk, and then he put her in the car. So now we have a witness that saw this whole thing transpire. Now my mind is in a state, because I'm like, okay, my friend just hit on my man, and now she put him in prison. She's trying to get him arrested because apparently he said no to her. But also, why is she doing this? Third of all, she's my best friend. Like, what the fuck? Like, do you know what I mean? Fine, we still go to this place. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. We ask guy to check cameras and whatnot. We see the whole thing folding in front of our eyes, and truly my friend was hitting on my man, and you can clearly see that he's pushing her off because she's the one that's like all up on him and whatnot. And then he puts her in the car, and then I get there literally like a minute and a half later, and you can see my friend that was also seeing the whole incident before she went inside. So it's like, what is going on, bruh? And I was like so upset by that whole situation, because I'm telling you that this girl is like super close to me, like super close, like grew up together type of close. So like, I never expected this from her, and I was like, okay, cool, it is what it is. And I was so ready to believe her, because I will always believe a female in any situation, like until that man is proven to be innocent. But like, I was so ashamed and I was so embarrassed on her behalf of what she did. And also like, I didn't know, I was feeling a whole range of emotions. I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm disgusted, I'm embarrassed for her as well, because I'm like, what is she gonna gain out of this? And now she's also going to be embarrassed, because the truth is gonna come out. This man is not going to be arrested, and it turned out to be like that. He didn't get arrested, he won the case and whatnot. And now it's a thing of like, she's ruined her own reputation because she was trying to get with a man that doesn't belong to her in the first place. And I just don't get why she just did not tell me when I had asked her in the beginning, listen, what is happening with you and this guy? Tell me, like, no, to me, I'm interested in him, he rejected me, I'm still butthurt about it, and I would be so hurt if we got together with him. Tell me that from the jump. Don't try and go behind my back and steal my man and then try to get him arrested, and then try to make me look like an idiot as well, because like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be my best friend. Yo, bruh, like, and that friendship ended ASAP. And like, me and Mugai are still talking, and we are in like a really good place. But like, bruh, like, I was thinking about it, like, I shared this video on TikTok saying I'm in love and whatnot, but I was thinking about the fact that like, it almost came to an end, basically, all because of a friend, all because a friend had a crush on mans. Guys, be careful, because friends can be snakes. But okay, I'm sure we've learned that by now. It is what it is. Otherwise, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Stay tuned for more stories. And guys, let's cross fingers that this time this relationship lasts, because I want to start telling love content stories, you know. But yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much, and